Facebook page, right? So show of hands, who has a Facebook page for their business? Okay, most of us, some of us don't. Some of us might have a reason that we don't, and that's totally fine. I'm not saying that everybody needs to have one. But the value of Facebook, and I just left, Karen and I, before this meeting, we just left the Director of Parks and Rec, Alan Morrow in Lincoln, and he was telling us that, yeah, we don't even really do much on the website anymore for Parks and Rec. It's all Facebook. And if they don't have Facebook, well, they just get the information, in your magazine or the Valley Breeze, 2 weeks later. So I would highly recommend you doing that. Obviously, we can teach you, and I know that most of our other publishers, as well as myself, are willing to sit down with you, even if it's just for 30 minutes on our normal client kind of stop-ins that we do anyway, and kind of help you guys get that started. I know there's people that we can refer you to that would manage those pages for if you're like me and you don't have time to be on Instagram all day liking and sharing and twisting stuff around. I know there's that as well. But I would highly recommend that you guys do that. Also, I recommend that our clients use Facebook advertising. You can pay as little as like $10 a day and just do it like sporadically. You don't have to do it every day. Kind of get in, get out, whatever it may be. But it's a great form of direct response media because everybody's there. And so that's really important. The second thing, which I actually only got into in the last couple of years and really started using, in Lincoln, haven't even really blown it up as much as I should, is Instagram. Historically, a lot of us have thought of Instagram as like maybe a kid's thing or, sharing photos or whatever the case may be. But really, now it's such a great business platform. I think when Yvonne came in, I think I saw you on Instagram, and I didn't even realize that you and Danielle were working together. But as I was looking at the local realtors, she has a listing in the neighborhood on Angel Road in Lincoln. So I didn't know her, but I virtually knew her just from seeing that listing on there. And that's really powerful stuff. Third thing, well actually, you know what? How about show of hands? How many people, not to embarrass anybody, put them in the spot, have an Instagram page for their business? All right, so good, but as expected, a little less than Facebook because it's kind of something newer that the last year or two has become more popular. And again, it's another thing that I'm willing to sit down with any of you, as I know our other publishers have been trained on, and teach you that. Little plug, next year, and we don't have the exact date, but N2 is actually going to be offering that service of Instagram, Facebook, and even our next one, which is number 3, is a website, which I'm sure almost all of you have a website. But the real question is, how are you using that website? Did you just have it designed one day and kind of leave it there? Or is it really engaging? Is it something that, is a call to action that's in your ad that maybe people can go to and look at? Because in the digital age, if they don't meet you at an event like this or the other events that we all host around the state or chamber events or whatever other stuff you guys are involved in, they meet you on your website. So, we look at some of our clients' websites, and I try to call them directly and be like, hey, I was on your website, and I don't know. Before I even meet with a client, before I even walked in to meet with you, if you're one of the people that met with me, I looked at the website to check, and that's actually how I screen out a lot of my business partners that I sign up. And I've actually rescheduled or canceled meetings because I didn't think that it was really a good fit just by the image that they were portraying. Going on to that image you're portraying, actually, how many of you guys have a website? Show of hands. Great. So definitely give it a refresh for 2019. You know what I mean? Take a look at it. Talk to somebody that does websites. It could be a friend or family. It's not that you have to spend $20,000 to redo it, but just check in on that and give yourself a checkup. Fourth thing, talking about image, is LinkedIn. I know a lot of us are probably on LinkedIn. They also have advertising opportunities on there. But, it's great to connect with other business owners. And so, I always tell people, refresh your LinkedIn page. Now, don't Google me, because I might not have done it, recently, as many of us might not have. But that's just another way, something we want to keep updated and use to continue to grow our business. And the fifth and final social media platform, and you guys can probably guess what I'm going to say, that I suggest is our N2 magazines. It's really just looking at what neighborhoods out of the ones that we offer are a good fit for you. Maybe you do business or are looking to expand into Warwick. Maybe it's Barrington or East Greenwich or Barrington or the East Side, you know what I mean? Or North Attleboro that we're just launching. So take a look in 2019. We're deadlining December 1st for our January issues. So if we can get you into any of our other books, We would love to if we got to switch things up for you. You know, I want to meet with every one of my clients before the end of the year, and really, you know, right after Thanksgiving, before that kind of Christmas kind of rush, where a couple last weeks of December, you know, a lot of us are checked out. So those are some tips, you know, and the reason that I talk about, you know, N2 being like social media is, if you think about this, right, how many people in here would say on their Facebook page have somewhere between 200 and 2,000 friends? Just that's pretty standard. Most of us are probably in that range, right? So our smallest neighborhood that we do, that I know of, is in Connecticut. It's the TPC River Highlands, where the Travelers Championship is, that I worked on a couple of years ago, ramping up. 202 homes. Some of our largest neighborhoods, and some of the ones in the room, are over 1,000 or even close to 2,000. So it's very similar. It's the same kind of amount of people that we're kind of targeting, as well as the same concept in the content that we create. So if you guys know of any good stories going on in any of our neighborhoods, certainly reach out to us. Nonprofits that you're involved in, we want to promote any nonprofits or local businesses as well. And what I'm actually going to do now is I'm going to cue over Mr. Keith Matthews, who is going to make sure, actually, we may as well make sure everybody put their business card in here first, because we are going to do a little raffle. So anybody that did not, this is your opportunity to. I see Meg over there.